To politics now, as the presidential candidates focus their energies on Pennsylvania, seen as a key state to winning the White House in November. And ABC White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks joins us with the latest. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, well, good morning. Both Democrats and Republicans really zeroing in on the economy this week, trading attacks over who has the best economic proposals. Today, Vice President Harris and Governor Walz will be in Western Pennsylvania on a new bus tour before heading to Chicago. This morning, all eyes on Pennsylvania, where Vice President Kamala Harris is set to debut a new campaign bus on the eve of the Democratic National Convention. Former President Donald Trump also spending the weekend in the key battleground state.
I will rapidly drive prices down and we will make America affordable again.
Offering few specifics on what he would try to do to bring down costs, but upping his attacks on Harris's economic proposals.
She went full communist.
Harris this week blamed corporations for price gouging and promised penalties for them to try to drive down grocery costs, as well as new funding to work on the housing crisis. Republicans pouncing, saying government spending has led to inflation. As a pitch to bring back jobs, Trump pushing for tariffs on products coming from overseas.
I want to cut taxes on Americans while putting tariffs on China and foreign countries to bring our jobs back home to Pennsylvania.
Trump spending much of his remarks commenting on Harris's looks.
They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is.
Some of his supporters saying he should lay off the personal attacks.
Let's talk about, the facts of what's going on in the country, the issues. He does need to ease up on that a little bit.
Harris's spokesperson in a statement writing, he resorts to lies, name-calling, and confused rants. The more Americans hear Trump speak, the clearer the choice is this November. Her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, campaigning in Nebraska, where he was born and raised.
I graduated from a town of 400 named Butte. I wouldn't trade growing up in that town for anything in the world. Spent my summers working on the farms.
Now, President Biden and the First Lady will kick off the Democratic Convention on Monday. They will formally turn over the week's events and the party to Vice President Harris. Now, the president's team argued that the president should actually get credit for his confidence in Harris, his quick endorsement of her, that helped Democrats avoid a really messy convention. Will.
All right, Mary Alice Parks for us in Washington. Thank you. And ABC News will host the first presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. It'll take place on September 10th in Philadelphia's National Constitution Center, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern. Our own David Muir and Linsey Davis are the moderators, and it's live on ABC and streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.